Hey, what's up? Salamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, man. What's up, party people? Let's get up in here. All my Muslim brothers and sisters, man. Day 15. What do you mean? Day 15, man, is in the books. 2025 month of Ramadan, man. This fast is flying along, man. I hope, like always, y'all had a wonderful, easy fast this Saturday. Hey, man, what's up? I had a wonderful time. Listen, each day is getting better and better. I told you I'm getting more emotional. You know, because I know it's sliding. My best friend is sliding away, man. But I was on the phone today with a beautiful brother, man. I love this brother for the sake of Allah. Jasir, him and his son is at the masjid in North Carolina having iftar with the brothers and sisters, man. I wish I could be there. But inshallah, we're going to get it together soon. But yeah, let's go, man. Come on. I'm going to wait for y'all to get in here, man. I'm telling you, if you knew the benefits from fasting, man, the whole world would do it. Though I feel so good, man. Your boy getting light and right. I'm telling you, man. Got to stick to it when Ramadan is over. That's the thing. We still got fasts we can do. It's not obligatory, but you know, I'm gonna explain one of those fasts. You know, probably in a coming segment of the Ramadan Telethon continues. But listen, tonight, all right. Since this is the month of Ramadan, as we know, as y'all been rocking with me, I wanted to share one of the miracles, all right? One of the miracles of Islam is the revelation of the Quran to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, all right? This is a miracle in and of itself. This book has been preserved for over 1,446 years, all right? We talking about, we 54 years from 1,500 years, the Holy Quran has been preserved for the Muslims, for us to learn, teach it to our children, teach it among each other, man, and memorize it, you know. And the miracle of the Holy Quran, it was first revealed to Prophet Muhammad during the month of Ramadan. This is why this month has so many blessings. So many, but that's one of the blessings. Prophethood was conferred upon Prophet Muhammad during the month of Ramadan. He used to retreat. He used to go up to a cave and called Mount Hira and just meditate. He wasn't a prophet. He was married to Khadijah, his first wife. And, you know, the heathens in Mecca, you know, he wasn't never with none of that, you know, worshiping idols and all the stuff that they was doing before Allah sent him with the commandment, you know, that I will recite in a minute. But he used to retreat to this mount called Hira and just contemplate, you know, why they acting like this, you know, the drunken revelry. They was running around naked. All the things that people are doing now. Real talk. And this is when Allah, in his infinite wisdom, he already knew who he had chose to be the last prophet of humanity. He sent the angel Gabriel with the revelation, the first 5 verses of the Quran. And it started his revelation for 23 years. And this is the beauty, the miracle of the Quran. It's chapter 96. It's not the first chapter. That's the thing about the Quran. It was compiled how it would. They put it in the order, not of how it was revealed, but with verses revealed in Mecca before Prophet Muhammad and companions immigrated to Medina, because they got ran out of Mecca. You know, his hometown, like they say, a son is never revered in his hometown. The Meccans didn't want to hear the message. So they immigrated to Medina. So you have Mecca verses in the Holy Quran and Medina verses. So they compiled the Quran in such a way. But the first 5 verses, like I said, the Quran wasn't revealed as a whole book, all 6,236 verses. No, it was revealed to Prophet Muhammad verse by verse, piece by piece over 23 years. This is how the Muslims can get it in their heart and memorize it and learn it and put it into practice. So, you know, quiz time, like I said, the first verses revealed to Prophet Muhammad is Surah 96, Alaq. And I'm going to recite them for you real quick. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. Khalaqal insana min alaq. Iqra wa rabbuka akram. Aladi alama bil kalam. Alama insana malam yalam. This is what was revealed to Prophet Muhammad when he was in the Mount Hira. Ikra, read. Bismi Rabbi Kaladi Kalak. Read in the name of your Lord who created everything. He created man from a blood clot. Read, and your Lord is most gracious. He taught knowledge through the pen, and he taught man what he did not know. These are the first 5 verses of the Quran, chapter 96, that was revealed to Prophet Muhammad. The first thing Allah sent down through the angel Gabriel, who was the angel of revelation, he told Muhammad, peace be upon him, read. Ikra, read. This is why scholarship and knowledge is so important in Islam. This is why we have scholars from over 1400 years ago up until present day. Our religion has been preserved, man, through the knowledge that has been passed down through each and every Muslim, man. You know, that's why learning the Quran is so easy when you put your time into it, because Allah said the first word, Ikra, read. Read in the name of your Lord who created everything. All right? He created man from a blood clot. How did an illiterate Arab trader, herder, in 1400 years ago, how would he know that God created man from a blood clot? How would he know that? Read in the name of your Lord who created everything. He created man from a blood clot. Read, and your Lord is most gracious. It comes back again, the 3rd verse. Read, and God is most gracious. He taught knowledge through the pen, and he taught man what he did not know. And this began the journey for Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, for the next 23 years of the Quran being sent down through the angel Gabriel. That's how deep this gets, man. And that's why knowledge is imperative for the Muslim. You know, we always just have a saying, you're not going to find too many dumb Muslims. We know our religion, man, because we know the first verse sent to Prophet Muhammad was read. Ikra, read in the name of your Lord. Your Lord who created man from a blood clot. Read, your Lord is most gracious. He taught knowledge through pen. Writing down. That's why scholarship is serious. He taught man what he did not know. How will we know who God is if we didn't have prophets? These are the guideposts that guide us through life. You see what I'm saying? Jesus was sent with the gospel. Moses was sent with the Torah. David was sent with the Psalms. And Abraham even had a book. It got lost through the travels of time. But this is what Allah has always done since he began sending prophets and messengers. You know, so we as Muslims, we know we have to be very scholarly. And scholarly, you know, learning Islam is not something hard. It's not nothing hard. You see me sitting here reciting Arabic. I learned Arabic when I was in prison for 20 years. So how hard is it if an English-speaking person can learn Arabic? But this is what I love about the Quran, because it stresses that read. Allah taught knowledge through the pen. You got to write, man. You know, you got to read, you got to decipher, you got to contemplate. You can't be, like we say, you can't be out here capping. These young boys say you can't be capping, man. Because in Islam, we have what we call dalil, evidence and proofs. So when a Muslim say something, you best believe he going to have the evidence and the proof. Whether he can go to the Quran and show you, like I just recited, the first 5 verses that was revealed to Prophet Muhammad, or go to the Hadith. You know, tafsir, we have fiqh. Fiqh is Islamic law, jurisprudence. We have rules for what we do. Like we have rules for how to participate in Ramadan. You can't fast the way you want. You can't pray the way you want. We pray the way that Prophet Muhammad prayed. We fast the way Prophet Muhammad and his companions fasted 1400 years ago. Everything in Islam has been preserved because the law sent down the first verse said, read. Read, man. And that's something that's lacking in society today. People don't read. They think because they Google something and the answer pop up, which makes it so easy, that they're reading. I still have books, man, that I keep in my whip. I have books always in my book bag. When I fly on planes, that's what I do. I got a book, man. I'm reading a book. You know? So, you know, intelligence and knowledge is imperative. As you walk through this life, you want to know what you're doing. And you want to know that you're doing it correct. Like you get, like I said, just because your forefathers did it, your dad, your mom did it, your grandparents did it, did they have the knowledge of what they're doing, or was that knowledge correct? Where is the source of the knowledge coming from? That's the beauty of Islam. And you ask any Muslim, what's the first? Okay, well, what was the first verse revealed to Prophet Muhammad? Since you know so much, I promise you, 99% of Muslims are going to tell you what I just said. There's no difference of opinion. These are the first 5 verses. Chapter 96. Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. Khalaq al-insan amin alaq. Iqra wa bikbi rabbik. Iqra wa rabbuka akram. Alladhi alama bil kalam. Alama insana malam yalam. You know, and that's what, like I said, is missing in the world. You got people out here just shooting off. They don't have no evidence or proofs, and you know that's between them and Allah. We're going to keep stepping, man, with knowledge, man, because God told us from the jump, read. If the Almighty told all of humanity to read, that's the first command of, you know what I'm saying, when the Quran and Islam begin to read, then we supposed to read. Real talk, you know? Anything you do in life, you got to read or learn how to do it, right? If you're a baseball player, how do you learn how to hit a baseball? Doesn't your father teach? Doesn't he take the bat and the glove? You go out in the yard and y'all throw ball. He teach you how to choke up on the bat. All that. He teach you how to catch the ball in the web of the glove, not in the ball. All this stuff. That's a form of learning. You don't know something until somebody teaches it to you. And if somebody teaches you something wrong, then it'll get exposed. If you don't know how, if you was taught wrong how to shoot a basketball, guess what? You're going to have horrible shooting percentage. If you was taught wrong how to dribble, guess what? They're going to rip you every time you come down the court. So that is the beauty of Islam, man. As we travel through this blessed month of Ramadan, I want y'all to keep that in mind, man. The first commandment given to Prophet Muhammad was read in the name of your Lord who created. As we said, created everything. He created man from a blood clot. Yes. I'm telling you, Arabic is so beautiful and deep because the words in Arabic, now you see the English variations and you're like, oh, I'll give you an example. Sharif. Sharif means one who he governs over and keeps things in order. Sharif. The English equivalent is sheriff. Sharif, Arabic, sheriff, English. Same equivalent. I'll blow your mind one even wilder. Nutfa. Nut, N-U-T-F-A-H, nutfa. And what do we emit from our penis to make a child? We call it nut. Where you think they got the word nut from? They got it from the Arabic word nutfa. That's the word in the Quran. When the Lord tells you about the creation of a human, He tells you that you come from a juice emitted from between your loins, nutfa. And then that juice becomes a clot. What did He say? He created man from a blood clot. And then that clot is covered with flesh and then bones, and it develops. Allah tells you about the embryonic development of a human. That's why we know the Quran is from God. We know it's a modern miracle. Miracles are still being found in the Quran by non-Muslims. We know. But that's what I mean by when you understand, and then you'll be like, wow, this is deep. Yeah, and the first thing God told us was Iqra, read. It's a lost art now, man. You know, ain't nobody read, man. That's why everybody out here doing all this, doing whatever they want to do. Ain't nobody reading. They just doing them. Muslims don't do that, man. We follow that Quran. We follow Prophet Muhammad and the companions, man. And, you know, we call it the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. The KISS method. We don't add nothing to Islam. We don't take nothing away. It's been perfected. The Lord told us. He perfected our religion for us, and He named it Islam. That's in the Quran. You know, so the Quran is a wonderful miracle that was sent down to Prophet Muhammad during the month of Ramadan, this month that we're in right now. That's why we're instructed to read a part of it every day for 30 days. So at the end of the month, you read the whole Quran again. How do you think I know the Quran so good? I've read it every year for 30 years. Every year during the month of Ramadan, I sit down and I read that thing. And I contemplate, man. And it makes me cry sometimes. It makes me so appreciative, so grateful. that I can express what I believe in. You know, this is how I teach my children. My 2 little sons, this is how I teach them. You know, ain't no cap in here. You don't cap when you talking about your salvation and, you know, the next life, the hereafter. You know, do you want to go to heaven? You want to go to hell? You know, people out there don't think that stuff exists. They think it's fairy tale. Then you ask them, what's your proof? You see, everything comes back to that word, proof, dalil, evidence. You know, so I don't get all caught up. People say that, I just laugh. You know, I'll be looking on social media and everybody got these podcasts and everybody saying this, that, and the third, but don't nobody have no evidence or proof. They just shooting from the cap. Well, I feel, I believe. Muslims don't do that, champ, because the law told us the first verse in this glorious book revealed during the month of Ramadan was Iqra, read in the name of your Lord who created everything. He created man from a blood clot. Read, and your Lord is most gracious. He taught knowledge through the pen, and he taught man what he knew not. All right? So you put that in your cap, man. I'm telling you, when we finish this Ramadan telethon, all you non-Muslims, man, my family and friends, y'all gonna be tight. Y'all gonna be tight, man. Y'all can go back and look at these joints and be like, oh, okay, this is what O was talking about. Oh, I know, the 5 pillars. The 5 pillars of Islam. We talked about that a couple nights ago. You know, Ramadan in prison, all these things, man. That's why I said I was going to do the Ramadan telethon, because of so many misconceptions. People think they know about Islam. They don't know what Islam is. You know, and that's why you have Muslims that are knowledgeable, semi-knowledgeable. I'm a very humble slave, man, of God. You know, I don't puff myself up or nothing, man, because listen, my life is going to come to an end. Like, just like we have a birthday, the law has taught us we have a death date. And you can't duck that death date. Ain't nobody live forever. You know anybody live forever? You know somebody walking around and been alive 6,000 years? No, we all gonna die. We got a birth date. We come into this world and we travel through this world. Some have a short life while some have a long one. And that's all in the wisdom of Allah, because this is a temporary world. Yeah, you miss people that you love that passed already, but you got to understand, if you got the correct understanding and they had the correct understanding, then y'all gonna meet again in the life that's forever. The hereafter's forever, champ. Ain't no clocking in the work. Ain't no 60-hour work weeks. No, the hereafter's forever. So you better work in this life to achieve paradise. And I feel bad for those that don't work, because there's the hellfire. Yeah, Allah, He explains it and talks about it so much in the Quran. Why you think Muslims are so sincere? Like, we know there's Jannah. Jannah is paradise, heaven, and Jahannam. Jahannam is the hellfire. And the hellfire got 7 levels. That's how many people gonna be in. It's 7 levels of the hellfire. And this is what Allah has taught us in the Quran. That's why He said, Iqra, read. You can't be a Muslim, man, and don't be knowledgeable of your religion, of your way of life, man. You know, so to all my brothers and sisters out there that's celebrating this 15th night, man, and mashallah, I love all of y'all for the sake of Allah, man. I make dua for all of us, man. The brothers that passed in the last year, the brothers and sisters that passed last night. Life is serious, man. This test of life is serious. It was Muslims that died last night. People died last night. I looked at a statistic. They said on average, I think it's 180,000 people die every day in the world. Almost 200,000 people. You think none of them were Muslims? You don't think they was fasting yesterday? Non-Muslims, Christians, Jews, atheists, whatever. Humans. 180,000 die per day in the world. And they could be children, newborns, they could be elderly, they could be in between. It ain't no, you have a death date. So we got to stop skating through this world, man, thinking everything is fun and games. There is some fun and games. Allah talks about that in the Quran. There's plenty of fun and games that you can have. But don't forget your work either, man. Your work is to worship your Lord, man, correctly. And you know if it's correct if you got the dalil. You know, I ain't got to get into, you know what I'm saying, what's the truth? I already told you, Islam is the truth. I ain't got to debate it with anybody. I got the dalil and the evidence and the proof. It's the truth. That's why it's the fastest growing religion in the world. That's why you see so many people right now fasting. Billions of people are fasting. Go on your YouTube. Go on your, just Google it. Google iftar Ramadan 2025. I was watching the brothers and sisters down in Dallas, man. Oh my God, they got a joint called Iftar Fest, Suhoor Fest. I mean, literally thousands of brothers and sisters out there, man, getting the pre-dawn meal, the suhoor that I explained in another video. Thousands of brothers are out in the street in Dallas, man, eating lamb and all that, man, getting ready to fast for this coming month. Now, how do we know how to fast this coming month? Because the law told us in the first verse, Iqra, read. You got to read, champ. You can't be just running around doing whatever you want to do, man. You got to read, man. That's called the submission that Muslims have. You know, we want to be, I ain't going to say we want to be wild and all, you don't do nothing, but that's the nature of humans. The human doesn't, you know, it wants to do what it wants to do. But you got to understand, you have a creator. If you're the creation, then it's obvious you have a creator. And you have an obligation to the creator. What does the creator tell you can do? What does the creator say you cannot do? The permissible and the forbidden. In Islam, we have all of that. So, you know if you're doing a good deed or you know if you're doing a sin. Because once again, what was the first word in the first verse revealed to Prophet Muhammad? Iqra, read in the name of your Lord who created. It don't get no simpler than that, you know. That's why I love submitting. That's why I love getting up here and sharing Islam 101 with y'all people, man. You know, y'all my human family. It doesn't matter you're not Muslim. I love you for the sake of Allah. I want you to become Muslim. You know? Because this is it. This is what it is, man. You know, you see us out there getting it in, man. So we got day 15 in the books, like I said. We starting day 16, man. I'll be back tomorrow, inshallah. Allah keeps my life alive. Like I said, it was Muslims that died last night. So we don't sit there and say, oh yeah, I'm going to finish up the month of Ramadan. Inshallah, if God wills. That's what inshallah means, if God wills. Muslims never say anything without saying inshallah. This is in the Quran. Because we iqra, we read. Alright? So in the meantime, between time, man, go check us out, man. I'll meet you here tomorrow, man. I love y'all, man. Thank you for participating. Thank you for the comments. I answer questions as best as I can get them out, man. And we're going to do this beautiful month, man. We got 15 days, 14 days. We're starting to say we got 14 days left, man. All right, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace.